Okay, so a lot of people have seen me post a lot about mattracing lately. It's a new suit company that I started using for this year. They're actually out of France, so they're trying to kind of make their way into the U.S. market here. So far, I've been super impressed. I was running a onex. They're kangaroo, so one of the nicer custom suits that you can get here in the States. And the mat racing is definitely on another level. Definitely seems like the quality, the materials, everything just seems a notch above. Not dissing the onex suit. I mean, it was a great suit. Like I said, I raced in it for 2-3 years. I've crashed in it 3 times. It held up pretty decent. I was happy with it until I ran into mat racing. So they own their own factory. I mean, obviously all these suits come out of Pakistan, minus Alpine Stars or Dainese. I think they're out of Italy or wherever. Somebody can correct me, but pretty much everybody else is coming out of Pakistan. The problem is they're maybe switching factories or switching suppliers or switching, leather wholesalers or whatever. But Mat Racing actually owns their own factory in Pakistan, so the quality control coming out of there is way higher, and the materials that they use, excuse me, are a lot nicer and more consistent. So for basically the price of that, for just a few bucks more, you get 2 suits with Mat Racing. You get a free fitting suit, so you can take your measurements. They make this black suit for you first. You make sure it fits. If you need to shorten up the sleeves or loosen up around the butt area, whatever you need to do, then they make the actual full custom suit. From my experience, I had them, if you want, you can have them do a video measurement for you or with you. The Zen suit came perfect. I didn't actually need to make any changes, and it fit better than any other suit I've wore off the shelf, onex custom. So I just had them use the same measurements and make the actual custom suit. Problem is, when I got my onex suit, they give you a piece of paper with some pictures. You got to kind of look at the pictures and mimic the measurements and send them in. So I got my suit, and then I still had to make alterations, which was a bummer. The sleeves were too long, so I had to have them shortened. The upper torso was almost too long, so the neck part was actually too high, and it was digging into my actual neck. And then I noticed the zipper was starting to pull apart the stitching. So I had Sage Taylor trackside at Pittsburgh actually, cut some material, pull the whole torso down, re-sew it, and then actually stitch up the zipper a little bit better. So yeah, I mean, I was happy with this. Nothing wrong with that. But like I said, pretty much the same price, just a few bucks more. You get this combo. Their free suit, the Zen suit, is a very viable and safe tracksuit to use as a backup. This suit's still double stitched, still has all the hip armor, elbow sliders. It's still got all the fancy stuff. It's fully perforated. You can pay extra few bucks to actually get some logos put on, but they got some grippy on the inside of the legs for the tank. You got neoprene all the way wrists and your legs and around your neck. So yeah, I was super happy with even the free option. One thing I noticed about Mat Racing over some of the other manufacturers is actually coming around the butt. They actually drop down the stretch panel a little bit down your hip on each side. So the mobility of this suit definitely right away I noticed was nicer. You can see onex just kind of comes around the butt and then just goes up. So noticed that right away when I first wore this suit. I've been wearing this one, doing the mini bikes over the winter. Super happy with that one. And then, yeah, so this is the GP kangaroo. Like I said, the onex, I paid extra for their kangaroo. First thing I noticed is the leather. Kangaroo is supposed to be thinner than cow. It's supposed to be lighter, and it's supposed to be, softer, more supple. That's what this actually feels like. Dude, this leather is soft. It's pliable. The suit felt like it was already broken when I first put it on. The onex suit, the leather never really felt much thinner than cow. Never really felt softer than a cow. And actually, I got a couple other buddies that wear the 1X, and we were both kind of wondering, you know, in the back of our minds, did we actually get kangaroo or not? Which I'm sure we did. Like I said, I don't want to knock 1X. I was happy with that suit for years. So, excuse me. So moving on to the GP suit, some of the little things like the inside of the knee, they actually sew in a solid rubber piece as opposed to just sewing on a patch. You know, I don't know, it's just more professional. It's a cleaner look. I think it's definitely going to last longer. Another thing on the inside of the liner, so the back side of your leg, the liner, they actually have this super soft like lycra material, and then the rest of the liner up the legs. So that's pretty cool. You know, obviously 1X is just seems like an inexpensive liner. You know, the Mat Racing, definitely the liner seems pretty premium. It's all red inside. You know, it's like the Alpine Stars, the Absolute suit that's like $4,000. So yeah. And then another thing I noticed is around the cuffs. So the undersuit actually has Velcro all the way around, which a lot of people that take your suit off and on, you know that inner liner gets caught on your fingers or your hands, and you can pull it right out of the suit. So the 1X just has, yeah, a little tab on one side and then a little tab on the other side, which is already starting to rip. So yeah, I used to get, yeah, there you go. So it's definitely not Velcro all the way around holding this inner liner in. So that's another thing I noticed. I was super happy with that. I mean, they even stitch your name in. But yeah, again, you know, you got neoprene all over the place. So I was happy with that. Another thing that I noticed in the pictures was the stretch paneling. Looked like it had a whole bunch of holes in it, or little dots, and I couldn't figure out what it was until I got the suit in hand. And the stretch panel is actually perforated, which again, that's awesome. That's something you get, you know, on the $4,000 high-end suits. You know, like World Superbike suits are set up like that. Another thing too, a little bit of a gripe between 1X to the Mat Racing is, you know, they both will accommodate any airbag. I'm running the Tech Air Race, so they actually sew in and give you the LEDs. You've got the zipper inside with the actual foam, just like Alpine Stars does it. You got all the Velcro inside to put your bag in. They are certified from In Motion and Helite, that their suits are compatible with their airbags as well. So the hump, the speed hump, actually has the notch. I think it's In Motion. You put the module in the speed hump, so it's got the notch cut out already for that module. 1X says they work with, you know, Alpine Stars, you know, the race, or the Tech Air 5. The Tech Air 3, the Tech Air Road, and they even show a picture of the Tech Air Race airbag system. So I went ahead and ordered it. Come to find out, they don't actually do the Tech Air Race, so they will not put in the LEDs, the zippers, or nothing. So I had to actually do it myself. So I drilled 3 holes, got an extra LED from Alpine Stars, put that in the arm myself, ran the wire, ripped the zippers out of my old Alpine Stars suit and actually sewed them in myself. And then Joann Fabrics got some sticky Velcro and stuck that in. So wasn't too happy with that. Another thing, the 1X doesn't come with hip pads or butt pad. The Mat Racing definitely does. So yeah, I was happy with that. I was looking for something that actually had some hip armor to it. But yeah, so this suit, like I said, super impressed. The quality of the leather, the stitching, you can see is all the Kevlar stitching. I don't know if you can get it in different colors, but, and then the logos too. So they actually print them on, which some people, you know, it looks way more professional instead of sewing on giant patches and actually blocking a lot of your perforation. but this isn't going to last quite as long. Obviously, these logos are going to wear off after a few years. I'm not worried about it. It's definitely a lot more professional look, and you're not going to obstruct any of the perforations. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. And all the printing of the logos looks good. So, and you got you know, double, triple layers, you know, wherever you need them in the butt and stuff. Everything's, you know, double stitched, safety stitched. So yeah, super impressed. You know, check them out. You know, there's going to be quite a few more people, I think, here in the States starting to go with mat racing and wear their suits and give them a try. And I guarantee as soon as you do, you're going to see that just everything, you know, is a lot more premium. It's definitely an upgrade, you know, in the same price range. So cool. Thanks for watching.